thanks to the top 3 cars screwing up early on, I'm in a podium place with barely any effort. I couldn't have asked for better luck. On top of that, I can't complain about getting to stare at that blonde's ample rear. There's still a ways to go. Best to conserve my tires for now.
Shun here. Are you reading me, Booth? Tell me Kanata's current position. Over.
Kanata has re-entered the race in 9th place.
But since then, he passed 2 cars to get to 7th.
Are you kidding? That would only put him 2 cars behind me. I never would have guessed he'd be that close.
Would you just forget about what the 8-6 is doing and focus on your own race?
Why do you care so much about Kanata Katakiri? Over.
What can I say? He's my boy. And I know he's going to catch up. It's just a matter of time. Not to mention, I still haven't had a chance to battle against him. But this time, it's gonna happen!
Let me see. The thing I remember most from summer break.
Why don't we put a pin in that? Didn't you say you were going to diet over the break, Midair?
About that, I have a perfectly good answer. I forgot the part, meow.
Meow! And with that, Midair, I'm gonna ask you to go back to your seat.
Uehara, why are you being so mean to me? They say men secretly pick on girls they like. But I'm sorry, you're just not my type.
Sawatari, I can't lie. I've always had a high opinion of you. But now that we're in a race, don't think I'll row over that easy. Instead, let's give the fans a show. Dogfights are what racing is all about.
Trying to overtake a Porsche isn't going to be the easiest task. That traction and braking won't let me dive bomb it. But thanks to MFG, I found its weak point.
Here comes the 8-6 and the 12, closing the gap between them and the 1 car. Last year's champ is going to have to find a way to fend off the strongest train. Let's see what he does.
Here comes Kanata Katagiri. Out of all the racers here, I'm convinced you're the biggest headache to deal with. At Peninsula, you smoked me with bizarre tricks that only work on public roads. But this course requires more orthodox driving techniques. It'll be impossible for you to pass my GT3. This is where you lose.
Catching up is one thing, passing is another. How are you going to handle this, Katagiri?
It's like the nightmare that was the first lap never happened, because Koki Sawatari is going on the attack!
Crazy bastard! You screwed up at this exact point on lap 1, and you're trying this crap again?
I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I am a genius after all.
The 8 car is going off balance! While it avoided spinning out, it clearly lost a lot of speed in the process!
That was quite a surprise. The hydro trap is wide at its entrance and curves around to the right, so most drivers approach it from the left side. But Sawatari angled himself much sharper on the right side, and was able to get a good exit angle by making contact with the 8 car.
Do you think that was accidental contact then?
I seriously doubt it. Your ability to steer is hindered in the hydro trap, so he went in assuming he'd trade paint. He hit the Porsche's weakness, its heavy rear. Since that's where the G's are centered, they tend to rotate like a spinning top.
Wow, he was too aggressive and spun out, then tried doing it again? There's no telling what's going on inside of Sawatari's head.
He already overdid it the first time. Now he has everything he needs to successfully pull it off. So when it comes to the hydro trap, I don't think any of the racers can match 4 now.
The leading group is entering the mountainous sector too, and the 15-car field is gradually starting to spread out.
This driver might have speed on his side, but he lacks experience. It's crystal clear he's losing his cool. The damage done to his tires will be like body blows in boxing, gradually taking away his ability to fight. Silly boy. Now that I'm here, though, I have to say, MFG is a lot deeper than I initially thought. With any sport, no matter how high a level you've achieved, is always going to be fundamentals that you adhere to. Like how Premier League stars dribble or practice their passing to work on ball control. Racing drivers have a set of basics they can't ignore. MFG is intentionally built around them. These heavy chassis with no downforce, poor acceleration, slippery tires. All these factors demand the driver have a strong grasp of foundational skills. It drills down to the root of what makes this sport enjoyable. I think I'm beginning to understand why Fujiwara sent Kanata to Japan. To get him out of his slump.
His car brakes well. It'll be tough challenging him on the entry. I prefer not heating up my tires. And again, MFG has its own way of doing these things.
Would you check out the air on Emma Green? She's traveling in a beautiful parabola, almost like she's enjoying the sensation. It's regrettable that this race is a one-off affair for her. I, for one, am completely smitten. She has me wrapped around her finger. Now we turn to the group fighting over 6th as they head for the jump. It's last year's champion versus the strongest train.
I'm going through. Let's see if you can keep up. As if I have much of a choice.
Are you kidding me? You're making your move here? I should have known. You're both crazy!
You are going to be off balance. Do you really want to try this?
And here comes the 8-6, attacking from around the outside! It's high-stakes drama at the jumping spot, and now the strongest train is bearing down on the one car!
Damn it. So that was your play? Well, I'm not letting all of you through.
And just like that, last year's champion drops back 2 places! It looked like they got entangled mid-jump! What happened there, Pseudo?
After what just occurred, I feel unqualified to be here. Remember during the first lap, I said how racers don't want to tilt too much while their vehicles are in midair? Well, Kanata Katagiri opted to do just that. He deliberately aimed to land off balance. Then he used the momentum to execute a high-speed drift that took him along the edge. It's the kind of feint you see rally drivers use on low-friction roads.
Are you telling me he got in position while in midair?
It's not the sort of thing you'd expect a driver to come up with. Plus, not even someone as talented as Ishigami had a response. Once the opening was made, the train was free to break away. The 18 wasn't able to keep up, because she didn't hit the jump at the same speed as the other 2. Frankly, asking anyone to do that is absurd. These 2 drivers are just built different.
I gave everything I had to keep up with them, but it looks like this is as far as I go. It would have been nice, getting a chance to finally watch Kanata's driving up close. You'd better win, because I'm practically in love with you.
And the 8-6 climbs up to 6th, with the 12 following close behind in 7th place. Their chances are starting to look more realistic, folks. We might see these 2 back in contention for the win.
You're right. I didn't want to comment on it before and jinx them, but they're coming back at an intense pace. Considering the race is only on its 2nd lap, it's definitely possible.
Is it? Should the commentators really be saying that kind of thing out loud? I've been trying my hardest not to even think it. Kanata and Beckenbauer might actually do this. I mean, how many times have they achieved the impossible before? I've lost count.
And now we'll ask Moe a quick question. And this time, why don't we get more personal? So what kind of person do you want to marry?
Well, gosh!
Watch how rehearsed this is.
You're pushing your tires too hard, Sena. We're still only on the 2nd lap. Over.
Like I don't know that. But it's not like I'm about to let some chick look down on me. Her tires have to be just as bad off as mine.
The 885 is being aggressive with how he's pushing his car around. This rookie's looking to get a leg up.
What are you doing, kid? Don't you know how to conserve your tires? No way he survives until the last lap. The blonde behind him knows her stuff. She's matching his pace, but putting less stress on her treads.
There's gotta be something we could do. How about we try giving his booth a call and pass him a message?
They're likely shouting over their headsets what we're already thinking. If telling him was all it took, we wouldn't be in this spot right now.
No offense, boss, but doesn't that seem a little cold?
The kid's lucky, you know? Only his second race and he's tasting the pressure of leading. That's an invaluable experience not everyone gets. No, we let things run their course. That blonde's likely to keep gunning for him.
If that's what you think is best, I had no idea you were such a sadist.
Sure you did.
MF Ghost.
MF Ghost.
Let's cut back to the jumping spot. Sawatari in the 4 has Sakamoto in the 5 locked right in his crosshairs.
He's behind me? The kid's a certified freak. How'd he move up the ranks so fast? I'm driving Audi's flagship model here. No way I'm getting consumed by some lower-class Alpine.
What are you doing slumming all the way back here, Sakamoto? I remember you and I butting heads a fair bit last season, but this year you turned into a chicken. You don't deserve that fight in your car. There's only one trick to handling a road you might slip off of at any time. Be ready to slam through it from start to finish!
Look out! The 4 pulls ahead of the 5 in a split second! If you blinked, you missed it! There seemed to be some contact there. Any insight you can provide, Pseudo?
While colliding with another car and knocking them off the road is naturally against the rules of MFG, the steering committee is pretty lenient on light contact, as long as it doesn't throw the other car off balance too much. The Audi RE is a high-powered 4-wheel drive. In order to tap into that kind of force when cornering, your bottom speed needs to be relatively slow. And that's exactly what Sawatari took advantage of.
You try to look all gangster with a hood and dark glasses, but deep down you're a shy little sweetheart. Also, I know what you're hiding underneath those shades. Don't want anyone seeing those pretty eyes, huh, Sakamoto?
The 86 is here. I've been waiting for you, Kanata Katagiri. The higher the speed of a course, the more important cornering becomes. Screw shaving 1/10 of a second off in tight curves. How about a real contest? I'm talking some real life and death high-speed battling.
Gita, you're gonna want to be careful. The 12 has a lot of power, and it's been pushing the 86 along this entire time.
Are they serious? That's the last thing I was expecting. Still, I've got 500 horsepower. Not like a Cayman GT4 scares me. I'm ready to demolish these two pretenders. I won't have foreigners sitting atop MFG. Here's where I get to show off the pride and power of our country's drivers. Behold, Japanese spirit!
They're approaching the final turn as the lead group plunges into the beach side of Sector 1. Despite all the activity we've seen this race, we're only now hitting the midpoint. Motoboshi leads in the 885, Green in the 624 is second. The rookie duo is steadily ticking down the laps. Behind them, Akiba in the 2 is third and Aiba in the 9 is fourth. Naturally, the two drivers who specialize in high-speed courses are looking good here. It almost seems like the top group is stabilized and gone into cruise mode.
It may appear that way on the surface, but rest assured, we're seeing some high-level mind games at play.
Let's look at the fight for 5th, which feels the most contentious. The strongest train is bearing down on Yanagita in the 6 car. In 6th, Katagiri in the 8-6. In 7th, Beckenbauer in the 12. This pair has steadily climbed the field, but the higher they go, the more difficult that gets. In 8th, it's Ishigami in the 1. 9th, Kitahara in the 18. In 10th, Maizono in the 13. In 11th, Oishi in the 3. Not far behind is Sawatari in the 4.
Speaking of, his performance here today has frankly been remarkable. The strongest train is also steadily climbing after lap 1's mishap, but their use of slipstreams makes the relationship a symbiotic one. Meanwhile, the 4 has been going it alone, putting a lot of strain on both car and tires.
All the skills that earned the blue bullet his pole position during qualifying are on full display here. In 13th, it's Sakamoto in the 5, Taylor in the 8 is 14th, in 15th, Yashio in the 16. All 15 drivers who fiercely contested qualifying still have a lot of racing left to go.
I think marriage is more a starting line than a finish.
What kind of person do I want to marry? That's a question I never even considered before. What should I say when it's my turn?
What is even the point?
What would it be like if I married Kanata? No way! That's too much even for my imagination! This isn't good. I need to stop connecting all my inner thoughts back to Kanata! It's like he's taken over my brain!
Why is her face turning so red? Has she got a fever or something?
The strongest train is showing no signs of stopping, even when facing off against a 500 horsepower BMW! Can a slipstream really have these kinds of benefits?
That's definitely part of it, but that's not the only reason their top speed is increasing. The 8.6 and the 12 tend to have remarkable pacing when exiting corners. That's because both drivers know how to shave time off on road courses. And since they're working together, those effects are multiplied.
This is it! Do it! Around the outside? I wasn't expecting that. But it's not enough to scare me. Even if we go side by side, it's not like you can pass unless your cornering's better. Doesn't matter how tight your line is, you won't be able to shake me.
Neither driver is submitting! The new and old wizards of cornering are locked in on a battle of wills!
Distorted sound. Car 6, the BMW has managed to make it this far. It's easy to survive. Side by side around the turns, he's managing to fight Katagiri and hold his own. The help my toe is providing is only keeping them parallel. But in the end, it seems the two of us still have a better grasp of the situation. Distorted sound.
And they're still neck and neck approaching the hydro trap parallel! This situation reeks of danger!
Damn it! He blocked me off from the easier path inside. Was that improvised or was he planning this all along?
Both vehicles' rears look unsteady! And there goes the 6 car, dropping behind by 2 places! Pseudo, if you wouldn't mind explaining what just happened, because the truth is I have no idea what I saw!
I'm kind of in disbelief myself, but I'll do my best to explain what I did understand. First of all, whenever your car enters the hydro trap, it's basically identical to landing a jump. In other words, the risk is that your tires will fail to regain their grip.
I see. So far I'm following you.
Because of that, when going in, you want to stop yourself from touching the steering wheel in order to avoid any lateral G's. However, the 8.6 and 6 went into it with G's pulling on them, which made the rears of their vehicles start to slide and force them to oversteer. When they were back on dry road, they quickly regained grip. Katagiri was able to course correct and fixed his trajectory, taking back control, but Yanagita was exposed to one last shot of force and struggled with it. The difference was clear as soon as you saw their acceleration.
That's where I'm lost. Just as both racers entered the hydro trap, they executed a steering motion.
Which is also the part I'm having trouble understanding. But, if you'll allow me to speculate a little bit, it's possible they were doing some fine-tuning to their steering in order to avoid contact. But I feel it was more about pride. Katagiri and Yanagita didn't seem to enjoy trading paint very much. If they share that sense of aesthetics, it makes their exchange all the more moving, because it embodies the very root of MFG, and its continued focus on fair play. Especially compared to the other two in the Big Three. Neither Beckenbauer nor Sawatari are strangers to making contact. However, Kanata Katagiri's style might be the exact opposite.
Yes, you're right. I don't believe I've seen him make contact once since his debut.
I'd say that's the influence of his mentor, takumifujiwara, shining through. When it came to that sort of racing, he didn't like it either. Seeing his philosophy run so deep in the middle of a race like this, it really speaks to the strength of Gunma pride. I hate to admit this, but no one compares to those legends.
Who could have guessed the head of Team Emperor would soften in his old age? It's not just Sudo, Ikeda, Akiyama. and Kogashiwa. All of them agreed with Ryosuke's ideals and helped him form MFG's framework. But he's always had a knack for getting people to follow him. At the end of the day, it's impossible not to like the guy. Still, here I was thinking I was his #1 fan. Then he gets married without so much as a word? Man, thanks a lot.
I'll never respect Beckenbauer no matter what he pulls off. But Kanata Kadagiri, you're amazing.
Red car incoming. It's Kanata. About time, pal. Here we go. It's on. The moment I've been waiting for. Win or lose, none of that matters to me in the end. As long as I get a shot at taking you on!
It's funny. I don't understand this man at all. His reaction time astonishes even me. It's like he acts without thinking. Every time he executes an overtake, it's closer to a reflex. I've never seen a driver like him. He has no hesitation exposing his hand and revealing all of his tricks. That's beyond being naive. Is he genuinely stupid?
They're already right behind the 9! It's the Kamikaze Outlaw versus the strongest train! This battle is mere moments from kicking off, viewers! And they roar into the mountainous Sector 2!
Don't leave them in the opening soon. The 8, 6, and 12 managed to climb all the way back by working together. When they make their move, it'll be at the same time. Over.
I don't know if I really follow, but copy. Over. I just gotta stop Kanata from getting ahead. After all, he's the only one I'm actually fighting here.
Next time, Turn 37. The lead group splits.